Hey, it's Alvin from Atomic Shelf, and today we're following a shepherd chasing a dream across the desert. A story about faith, destiny, and finding your treasure where your heart has always been. Let's talk about The Alchemist.
You know that quiet thought, right? That little whisper that comes to you in the still moments? That feeling that there's something more out there, just waiting for you. Well, for Santiago, the shepherd in our story, it all starts with a reoccurring dream he just can't seem to shake. And maybe, just maybe, for us, it starts in a very similar place.
So here's how we're going to follow this dream. First, we'll look at the dream itself, that initial call. Then we'll get into the language of omens, the signs that guide the way. After that, we'll see what happens when the dream is really tested, when it nearly breaks. We'll also touch on the wisdom you find in waiting, in those unexpected delays. And finally, we'll get to the heart of it, what it really means to listen to the desert and, well, to our own hearts. All right, so let's meet Santiago. He's a young shepherd out in the fields of Andalusia, and honestly, his life is pretty good. It's simple, it's free, he knows it well. He's got his flock, he's got his books, and the whole open road is his home. But then a dream visits him. Not just once, but twice. It's a dream of a treasure hidden all the way over by the Egyptian pyramids. And with that dream comes this gentle but persistent pull, a pull toward a life he can't even begin to imagine.
And then he meets this mysterious old king, a guy named Melchizedek. And this king, he gives that feeling a name. He calls it your personal legend. And it's not just some fleeting desire, it's something much deeper. It's supposed to be the truest expression of who you are, your real mission on earth. In a way, it's the very reason you're here.
And this is where the king makes this incredible promise. He says that our deepest desires, they're not just ours alone. No, they're actually woven into the very fabric of the universe. So when you really want something with your whole heart, you're not fighting against the current. You're actually joining a current that's already flowing, a force that is actively trying to help you succeed. It's a powerful thought, isn't it?
Okay, so how does the universe actually speak to you? How does it conspire to help? Well, the book suggests it's all through omens. A butterfly that just happens to cross your path, a chance encounter with a stranger, or even just a feeling you get in the wind. So the journey, it's not just about walking from point A to point B. It's really about learning to read the secret language of the world all around you.
So, before he leaves, the old king tells Santiago this beautiful little story. It's a parable about a boy who has to explore a palace while carrying a spoon with 2 drops of oil in it. The first time, he's so busy looking at all the wonders, the tapestries, the gardens, that he spills the oil. The lesson here is this really delicate balance. You're meant to see all the marvels of the world, for sure, but you can never, ever forget the drops of oil on the spoon, your purpose. The secret to happiness isn't one or the other. It's holding both at the same time. And wow, Santiago's about to find out just how hard that is.
So, Santiago does it. He sells his sheep, his entire flock, and crosses the sea to Tangier just filled with hope. And then, bam! In his very first hours there, he's betrayed, robbed of everything he has. Just like that, he's left completely alone in a strange land with not a single coin to his name, and no way to get back home. The dream. It suddenly feels like a really cruel joke.
And this is the exact moment where what the king called the world's greatest lie feels completely devastatingly true. The lie that at some point we lose control and our lives are just run by fate. It's that temptation to believe we're powerless, right? That our story is no longer ours to write. This is his first huge test. Can you still believe in your own power when it feels like the world has just ripped it away from you?
And right here, this is the choice that changes absolutely everything. It's all about a shift in perspective. The facts haven't changed. He's still broken alone. But the story he tells himself about it, that's what's going to define his path forward. Is he a poor victim of a thief, or is he an adventurer on a quest for his treasure? Victim or adventurer? He chooses adventurer. Now, he doesn't find some quick and easy way out of this mess. Not at all. Instead, he finds a job in a crystal shop. And what he thought might be just a short stopover to earn some money, it turns into a whole year of patient work. And it's in this pause, this completely unexpected detour, that he ends up learning some of the most profound lessons of his entire journey.
See, the crystal merchant, his boss, he has a dream too. His personal legend is to make a pilgrimage to Mecca. But here's the thing. He's terrified of actually achieving it. He thinks that if he does, he'll have nothing left to live for. So he prefers the comfort of having the dream to the risk of living it. He's this perfect, almost sad mirror for Santiago, a living, breathing warning of what happens when you start to love the idea of the dream more than the messy, beautiful reality of the journey.
The merchant has this one word he says all the time, maktub. It is written. And it's this idea that some things are just destined to be, that our lives are part of a bigger story that's already been written. Now, for Santiago, this doesn't feel like powerlessness. For him, it becomes a kind of faith, a trust that even the delays, even the detours, and all this waiting, it's all part of the path. It's all maktub.
So with the money he's finally saved up, Santiago joins a caravan, and he sets off to cross the vast, immense Sahara Desert. And this desert, it becomes his greatest teacher. Think about it. In that huge, profound silence, stripped of every possible distraction, there's really only one direction you can travel, and that's inward. He finally learns to just listen.
Out there, under that huge expanse of sand and stars, he starts to feel something. It's like a silent language that connects everything: the wind, the sand, the animals, even his own heart. He learns to call this the soul of the world. It's this universal current of life that speaks to you, not in words, but through intuition, through feelings, through omens.
There's this wise camel driver on the journey, and he shares this incredibly simple truth with Santiago. He says, "I'm interested only in the present." He explains that in the face of all the hardship and uncertainty of the desert, the only way to keep going is to just live completely in the moment you're in. You march when it's time to march, you eat when it's time to eat. And Santiago starts to realize life isn't somewhere in the future. Life is the party that we're at right now.
And that, right there, is what Santiago's story so beautifully shows us. The treasure, it was never just about a chest of gold buried in the sand. The real treasure was the person he had to become to even find it. Braver, wiser, so much more connected to his own heart and to the soul of the world. The real transformation, the real prize, it happened along the path, not just at the destination.
So the story kind of leaves us with this quiet echo, doesn't it? It's an invitation, really. An invitation to listen for that dream that's been calling out to us, to pay attention to the signs in our own lives, and to have the courage to choose the adventurous path. So I'll just leave you with this. What is your personal legend whispering to you right now?